actually got something that's usually different. So apparently, we got a new title that's not. Let it just see it for yourself. I can't really say anything with this praise on. Let me find this out. Alrighty. Oh crap. So this is kind of Castlevania Wonders Abroad. Now apparently this game was released for the PC Engine. This game was released for the PC Engine Super CD-ROM 2 system, and since this game was kind of popular, the sequel, Symphony of the Night, was pretty much made, to say the least. It was remade as for the NES as Dracula S, and then for PSP as Dracula S Chronicles, and then it was ported in the Wii's Virtual Console, and this was only in Japan by the time. You couldn't even get this game in the US even as you had ported, and this was in the 90s. So if you wanted to play this game in that time period, you would need a Japan-only console, and it wasn't that much simple to say the least. But apparently, what the version I'm playing is the PGX and Super CD-ROM 2 system version, and I don't even know the context, but I can only assume that this game was apparently the only game that a lot of people know. This is the first game before the Symphony of the Night, and apparently this is one of those games where you know, as I said, I don't know the whole context about this game, but and this is praise. So apparently you can't really skip this to some degree. But the whole story, based on what I read on Wikipedia, is that you play as one of the Belmont family, and you have to usually save your girlfriend, your lover, or some sorts. And really, it's kind of confusing to say the least. But the only way I can actually get this game is that I actually got a ROM of the same name. It's functional, but I wanted a few. And I think he actually was in Smash before. So you play as Richard Belmont, to be exact. You don't play as Simon Belmont. Now keep in mind that I did play Castlevania 1, but it was only from a ROM hack. Sorry, it was only from a ROM emulator. And I'm not sure how this game usually functions, but I'm after sort of a gameplay as much as possible to see how this game usually works. Now, this game is usually different, as in there's like a lot of stages, so I wouldn't know. We got the green. Oh, you can't usually beat him. Apparently, you can't usually kill him. So apparently that's like a full boss battle, to say the least. And apparently, you have to beat him if you want to make some progress, which is kind of weird. Was this an arcade game of the past? Okay, so that was scripted, to say the least. So pretty much I did play one of the previous Castlevania entries. And to be frank, that I know about Castlevania from an emulator standpoint, so I know how the Castlevania works. I never really played the original, but I did play the arcade. I did play some of the ROMs. I did play some of the DS games of the past. I wasn't that much self-aware as I might think, but for the most part, I was pretty much up to date with the namesake, to the least. So I do know about a bit inside. I did play the actual NES game of the same name, and okay, that was unexpected. So I'm not that much of a hardcore Castlevania fanboy, but I did watch the Netflix series, maybe season 1, and I did actually know about the name itself. So I know for the fact that you're supposed to find food in these walls to regain your health, so yeah, I know about the name itself, so this is not the first time I played a Castlevania game before. I did play Symphony in the Night, but I had to modify the game and find a ROM of the same name to usually play it. Then actually had to put it on my PS1 Classic. It was different to say the least, but it was usually possible to say the least. This was made by Konami, so not Capcom if you're wondering. This is also the time period when Konami used to make good games instead of today. But that's a different story, to say the least. I mean, that was our first boss fight, and it wasn't that much difficult, to say the least. God, give me strength. Yes, even I remember the name 6 to some degree. I don't care about getting the high score. I care about and apparently we have 3 continues. So we have 3 credits instead of least. So you could do a quick save in this version and a party. Apparently there has to be an achievement when you have to usually beat the game without using continue, so sometimes these boats are usually kind of difficult to kill. I don't even know why. So I might play this for a couple of minutes before I have to end this soon, and I might have to go play Symphony of the Night. And I think this game is usually difficult at best. Now the thing is that I will die a lot in this game, and there's supposed to be a lot of credits at least. I'm not sure how the continues usually work, but I'm actually just play this for a couple of minutes and then, you know. Now the thing is about the original Castlevania is that there was a time limit where you only have a small amount of time before you actually get a game over. And if you waste too much time, you lose your life, and vice versa. Apparently in this game, there's no time limit, so you could just spend a lot of time you want. Although I have to assume this was more of an arcade game. And this is usually meant for hardcore players of the series. Granted, this was only released in Japan, so I don't really expect much. And the baby are dead. Now, as I said, I don't really care about the high score. I just usually care about playing it. And apparently if you die, you have to start from the beginning. It's really kind of difficult to say the least because there's so many enemies on the screen and you have to usually be careful of all cuts. How do you get health is usually kind of different. Even the crows usually will kill you. I mean, I would say this game is actually easy. As I said, you need some patience if you want to survive. So the thing about this game is that you need a lot of patience, and you can't really shoehorn your way to anything. This game will kill you if you are not careful, and really the thing about it is that it takes some time to get used to. You need some skill and you need some patience at least. Now, I did play Castlevania in my time, and I know how the game usually works. So there's supposed to be food in this area. Or there is. Now keep in mind, I did play Castlevania in my days when the NDS came out. So, when the ROM hack came out. So I might have some acknowledgement. I guess you could say I'm a more of a Castlevania veteran. So I do know about the inner pieces about how the game usually functions. I know for the fact that if you want some food, you have to find some of these walls that will give you some. Now there's supposed to be a giant bat at this maze, and I guess I have to assume that this is one of those games where and apparently this is one of those boss fights to where you need to actually memorize the pattern series. I will admit that this game is actually kind of decent, but I think I prefer Symphony of the Night than this. I mean, I'm not that big into arcades, I'm more for RPG type of feel, but I guess the original has the arcade-ish. It's like the boss battles will take a long time to usually get used to. I might need to practice with this game, man. I'm not sure how they're supposed to beat this to say the least, but you know, I might well need to take a break for a while, and stomach feels for the day is almost 9 o'clock, and you know, I might as well that's used to my fetches. I guess this is usually game over to some degree. I can only assume I had to start all the way from the beginning to usually get where I am. Don't know why, but this is gonna be one of those boss fights, and there's not really one feature in this version, so. Okay. That does happen, okay. I did ask for German subs, but okay. All right. What? Okay. It doesn't really matter for these subs. White German though? I don't even know. Okay. That was unexpected. White German is beyond me, but I don't even know. So there's like 2 paths we could go, and apparently there's like 2 paths you could do. And we have to start all the way at the beginning. So apparently that's pretty much it. This is a kind of Castlevania game. I already try to search some gameplay as much as possible, and that's pretty much it. Overall, this is one of those games that I usually is kind of good. You just need some patience. I will say this from a gaming perspective as a veteran. Most Castlevania games are kind of hard and usually kind of difficult to say the least. I say this as a long-time veteran that played 50 games in the past. This game will kill you if you're not careful, and moreover, you pretty won't be able to survive if you actually can't prepare. So, yeah. Tomorrow's gonna rain heavily. There's gonna be a thunderstorm, and there's gonna be a lot of rain from this week and next week. So I don't really expect anything. But beyond that, that's pretty much it. Well, sign off.